fam, and just dealing with you at the scales today. I know you've been working my horse, kind of like that master mason, and I'm that rookie about to push the button on the saws. I have been there, and it feels exactly the same as sitting in your Weebles account waiting to do some dips. But we got the FOMC meeting today. We had a few things earnings. I was doing Shopify the other day and stuff like that, but we could go look at some charts. I actually, because of FMLC, I want to do something. I could use the S&P as a diagram and treat it like a stock, but we're just going to do Comcast because Comcast, Peacock. So we got some great charts inside here. I love this thing. This is a beauty. For what it does, I think they always have, and again, that's some real capitulation. But when you're playing it, when you're looking here, FOMC, that's still got some up days in there. I bet you if we zoomed in, check the date, we called it whatever it is, 2/28/18. So I'm sure it's 2/28/18. 2/20/18. So here we go. Yeah, I mean, you could have played that, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, but you got to know where that's coming in. So Jimmy this morning, they were running some stuff, and they had Banco for a $4 stock or something like that. This is the $4 stock you want, I think, is what it was headed. And he had it right here on a long chart. But, he was talking about this thing right here. And that's what it looks like. Just in and a wang. And you want to buy into that. So being that Comcast has some charts, where would, if I have to wait on that 2 days, this is not what I'm doing. I'm just functionally grinding so I can find things like this so I can plan a 2-day rise. Let these things cook instead of working them like I'm cooking them right now. As far as in the milliseconds, do I feel comfortable right now? I mean, I was grinding that since yesterday. She was moving real slow. I'm only up 1%. I covered 10% though. So I should be actually moving this here in a second just to get back out of it, come back over, I'll change out coins. But that is not a necessity. And again, that makes me a short seller to a certain degree. You know what? And again, if I was doing this and as a worker, you might be good and fucked right there as far as I physically will get fired if I touch a fucking button inside of what I'm supposed to be doing inside of there just to cover anything. So, again, I'm going to get good here to back that way down into what is the smartest core move for those 10%ers, those 20%ers over the day. And I got to look at that saw. I got to see that equipment. I got to know the pump turn on in the morning and how to prime one of these pumps. Now, am I actually priming it? I'm sure there's a technique for it. And as a diagram, that's fantastic. I'm great that you could say that to the company, the stock. It's all that Fed stuff. There's nothing, really around that, but it'll change, and you want to change it semi-imperially. So back to those charts and the techs and things like that, when you're saying, well, how do I put a tomb world down there at any one of these points given this 3-month? If the average of these charts out here have other things going down in it, well, I'm just changing out the frequency and I'm catching the same thing. And if they're really good and consistent about that, I'd feel way more comfortable about, missing out a couple of points I was down, or how I set into one this morning. I did. I camped in here out first, and I caught actually a little bit, but it didn't do. And, yesterday she had a hot ripping day, and I'm just keeping it on, whatever 20s inside here, having a rough morning. Yesterday afternoon, she was grinding them down, and I'm tracking that through the week. Next week, I could change all my positions, give myself $100, and just work that one Jim was talking about, and tell you what the math is on the sequence, so I could tell you, well, this is how not only earnings act in general, but how it acts specifically in earnings under guidance, because guidance, great, she smashes averages. People are going to take earnings on that, and you might want to capitulate and dip, and that could make that morning real frosty. It might even change your position so you're holding cash the way you don't want to be, dick in hand, gravity of the stone mill over your head, and a little bit of real this morning for y'all. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.